My half-sister wanted to show up in a wedding dress to my engagement party, so I changed the party theme so she would fit right in. Iconic, clever, no public meltdown. Just a quiet little chess move. My half-sister Heather and I never really got along. We both are 24. My father left my mother for her mother and we were born the same month, 20 days apart. It has always been weird. It's not surprising that that kind of environment will carry unresolved resentment. It doesn't help that Heather's mom hates me and my mom. By extension, Heather and I didn't have the best relationship. She has always tried to one-up me, even though we both have a similar economic background. I can give examples of this, but for the sake of the word limit, won't write them here. So now, my fiancé and I got engaged last month and had our engagement party this Saturday. We have planned it originally as a casual formal event. Nice dresses, but not I'm going to the Met Gala ball nice. More like we are going to a good restaurant nice. Anyway, my cousin hits me up saying she has to show me something. It was the picture of the dress Heather was gonna wear. OP uploaded a picture of the dress, but unfortunately it's not available anymore. This dress, Jesus Christ, it can only be described as opulent. It was long and white. Of course it was. Strapless with sewn-in crystals and golden accents. I'm pretty sure it's a wedding dress, but I can't be 100%. Oh, no, sweetie. An engagement party is not the place to cosplay a surprise bride. Be for real. That's serious. I want to be the main character intent. This made me really mad, so I decided, that. As you should, bestie. I started texting people telling them that there had been a change of plans and that instead of casual formal, I decided to make a custom party. My mother's side is crazy for Halloween, so they were immediately on board. I'm sorry, but this is 10 out of 10 tactical response. No confrontation, no drama text, no begging to her to please reconsider the dress. It must have been hard to your half-sister to grow up with you. Because it looks like no matter how hard she tried, she could never be the main character. No matter the effort she pulls. And I absolutely love that for you. I told my father via text and asked for him to relay the message to Heather, her mom, knowing full well that he would forget or leave it to the last minute. Well, you tried. It's not like you owe them any explanations anyway. They knew what the dress code was and they decided to go against it. Saturday comes along, guests start showing up, most of them in costumes. Some didn't have time to get one. We just provided them with fun hats and cheap wigs. I love how most people understood the assignment. Heather, my dad, and her mom come like 1 hour late. As soon as she notices that everyone was either wearing elaborate costumes or weird accessories and she didn't stand out, she lost it. Especially when my fiancé came along and told her that her bride dress looked amazing for a cheap costume. That comment was surgical. Not loud, not dramatic, just enough to cloak that it in fact was a bridal dress. And to reframe it as a costume, hilarious. I think you chose to marry the right partner. She left crying and her mother and my father told me that I was being childish. And I could have told Heather myself and not have tasked my father. Why? It wasn't a surprise party for Heather. This was OP's engagement party. For those interested, my fiancé was dressed as Bubbles and I was dressed as Mojo Jojo. I'm sorry, Bubbles and Mojo Jojo? I need visuals immediately. My mom and aunts went as ABBA. Other memorable costumes were Luffy and Zorro, Ian Malcolm and John Hammond and Jesus. Girl, stop. This party sounds iconic. I'm sorry, but this is the perfect storm of you tried to upstage me and instead got absolutely clowned by the universe. Edit. So why did I invite her? It's one of those weird family situations where not inviting them would have been more dramatic. You know, when you try pleasing everyone. Plus, I still wanted a relationship with my father. So not inviting Heather and her mom would have made things super difficult and made it so my father would have to choose. It totally makes sense. You invited her because you didn't want it to start a family civil war. But somehow you still painted as the villain. Classic. When I kept thinking of it, I noticed that my father wouldn't have chosen me on this scenario. Which is why I ended up cutting them off. It's probably for the best. You let her win. No, the point of this is to ruin my half-sister's intention. She wasn't just dressed nicely, as some of you put it. She wore a wedding dress to my engagement party. I'd much rather subvert this whole mess rather than have her smugly sitting at the table with her wedding dress. I think at the end of the day, she did you a favor. Your party turned out to be absolutely hilarious, and I'm sure you had a ton of fun. Also, some of you are really hang on the cheap wigs part and ignore literally everything else regarding the party. A minority of our guests wore those cheap wigs. Also, it literally doesn't matter. We had a blast. After she left, I didn't even think of her again till a few days later. I didn't regret the costume party. I wish I thought of it earlier, to be honest. What really matters is that you didn't let Heather's stunt ruin your celebration. You, your fiancé, and everyone else had a blast. People wore epic costumes. This party will be remembered for a long time. And not because of Heather's little meltdown. Good job, OP. This is amazing. Well done. Please, tell me they are not invited to your wedding. To me, it sounds like your dad has zero good qualities. I think we need pictures of the Mojo Jojo costume. I want pictures and videos of everyone. This is the exact type of petty we love on this channel. Let's move on to the next story. She erased us from her wedding, so I'm erasing her from mine. Ooh. Let's figure out what happened here. When my brother got married, his bride, now my sister-in-law, had very specific expectations. She wanted everyone in the family to wear their wedding colors, and we all did. People flew in from out of state. Everyone made an effort to make her feel celebrated. It's very important that you guys respected her expectations. It's good to see that everyone without fail did their best for her. The day before the wedding, she made some offhand but clearly pointed remarks about how our side of the family never takes anything seriously, and she wasn't expecting us to take this seriously either. The comments made their rounds and feelings were hurt before the wedding even began. But we still showed up, looked great, and participated. That's rough. It's one thing to have expectations, but to throw shade before even the wedding starts is a clear recipe of how to ruin our own wedding. Fast forward to getting the wedding photos and video. Not a single photo of our side of the family was posted. Not one. In the entire 3-minute highlight reel, no faces of our family except a 3-second clip of my parents with the bride and groom. The rest of us? It's like never existed. That's brutal. It's one thing to have family tension, but to erase the entire of the groom's family, that's straight up disrespectful. I'd be fuming too. Why did they even invite you at the end of the day? It's also pretty weird that the groom was okay with this. Fine. Here's where the petty revenge comes in. Ooh, go off, bestie. I'm getting married in 8 days. I've been engaged for 6 months and planning this moment since she tried to erase us. I hired a great photographer and videographer. What she doesn't know is that the videographer has a secret mission. Make it look like she's getting all the attention. Track her, hover near her like she's the star of the show. She will feel so seen. And then, the final cut, she won't appear for even a second. Just like she made sure we didn't. Diabolical. I love it. I didn't even invite her originally. Word must have gotten out because she cornered me at a family dinner and said, "Unfortunately, I have to work the day before and after your wedding, but I should still be able to make it." I was so stunned, I just said, "That's fine, the Airbnb is booked whether you are there or not." So now she's coming. Ugh. The fact that she still wants to show up when she wasn't even invited, I don't know, I think it's pretty embarrassing. To cope, I spelled her name wrong on the wedding invite on purpose. That was my first move. The video blackout will be the last. Not asking for advice, not asking if it's too mean. It's not. It's exactly fair. Oh, I don't think you need any advice. Every move you're made is intentional and perfectly planned. She tried to raise your family. Now you are just returning the favor in style. Happy to finally talk about it freely. And we are happy we can listen to your tale. Edit. The wedding was absolutely beautiful and I didn't have to think about this all day. We've been living on the love high that comes with the wedding and forgot about anything until YouTube remakes reminded me. Our videographer was given verbal instructions beforehand and made sure to know who sister-in-law was. As our sneak peek clips have been given back to us, I have yet to see her in any of the footage. Our videographer told us they had over 200 gigabytes of raw footage, so sister-in-law will definitely be in some footage on a hard drive somewhere. But she definitely will not end up on any of our Instagram highlights. We'll see about the final video. I definitely didn't think this would blow up like it did. Originally, I only shared this with 3 girls in book club. Thank you all for coming on this petty revenge journey with me. And thank you for sharing this hilarious story with us. I wish I would be in there myself. The only thing will be more epic than this when she will check your Instagram highlights about the wedding. But I'm not saying she doesn't deserve this. Let's see what Reddit thinks. For the love of all that is petty, update me. A million people writes update me, but unfortunately, I also didn't find anything. What? The videos and photos of you in our wedding must be in the same place of our videos and photos in your wedding. Or you can post on Facebook all the pictures where she looks terrible. That is also an excellent idea. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stories. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I reply to all of them and see you in the next one.